brothers and sister warriors, welcome to a brand new gameplay. This is IceWitchM here, and today we're going to be playing a game called Wounded by Words. Let's begin. Now, I don't know nothing about this, so it's a multiple choice game, so let's just get into it. I think I always remember that day, even if I have lived through more precious situations, this one held a special place in my heart. I remember everything so vividly because it was a human experience and an unconventional one at that, just like war actually. Maybe it left a mark on me precisely because it reminded me of the war, of the pain, of the hopelessness, and also because it made me feel useful again. I thought I could... I'm trying to get this camera right. Okay, I thought I could help people, that I could be a functional human being again, but that may have been foolish of me. One can never return from hell, after all, ever. Even so, I remember that day. As a moment of hope, I tried to cling to that, convincing myself it was my last chance. Was it all in vain? I had an appointment with a doctor. After noon that day, I knew it would be unpleasant. He told me the same thing as usual, that I had to make an effort for my treatment to work. I couldn't care less. I didn't believe in its effectiveness. I truly thought I was a lost cause. At that time, his words were painful, and I couldn't escape them. I took a stroll in order to occupy my mind, and somehow I ended up at the shopping center. There were people everywhere, talking, walking, kissing, laughing. The crowd was lively, too lively for me. I had barely taken a few steps and already felt dizzy. I felt tired, so tired, hearing the voices of these people, living their daily lives happily, without a doubt, was breaking my heart even further. I didn't belong there among the normal, among the humans. I didn't fit in this picture of joyful couples and families. But I couldn't stop hearing the voices laughing louder and louder. I couldn't understand a thing, but I was already fighting to escape those words. The muck? I was there, walking slowly and trying to ignore my terrible headache, when a deafening sound broke through my thoughts. I heard an explosion, and the walls began to shake, and the windows blew into tiny pieces. There were screams, people panicking, running in every direction, rushing towards the exit. I could clearly see the fear in their eyes, their failure to grasp that was going on. The ceiling was crumbling, increasing the panic. At that moment, they were all wild animals, and soon enough they became aggressive. I was tired, very tired, and my head ached so bad that I was too slow to react. I was knocked over, trampled by the hysterical crowd. My field of vision blurred. The last thing I heard before getting hit by the collapsing wall was yet another explosion. Then everything went black. After I snapped out of it, all I could see was pitch black. There was a strong smell, dust particles, but I could feel a presence next to me. I wasn't alone. You're finally awake. As I opened my eyes widely, I saw a distinct silhouette in the darkness. Given the tone of voice, yeah, that's his tone of voice, this person seemed to be an old lady. Oh, an old lady. I was afraid you're injured. Would be more serious. Thank God you're okay. Oh, I'm a woman. Where am I? I wish I could tell you. Oh, I wish I could tell you, young lady. I think we fell from the ground floor. We must be on the lower ground floor. How did we manage to fall exactly? Well, it's a long story. You were hit by a stone. Do you remember? Yes, I do. What happened after? I saw you pass out, and I couldn't leave you there in a pitiful state. Not when there was people walking over your unconscious body. I tried to slap you awake, and you didn't open your eyes a bit, but I could clearly see that you were only half conscious. So I pulled you back up and leaned you against my shoulder to help you walk since we were all slow and snails. It was only possible to get away when the ground collapsed beneath us. Do you feel a bit better now? The rug must have stunned you. Wait, you pulled me back up to save me from staring death into the face? I don't know what to say. I mean, you didn't have to. You could have escaped on your own. You don't owe me anything. Why would you bother saving me when we're in danger too? That young lady is my duty. I want to help as many people as I can. And please, don't thank me. I don't know. I don't do that for a pat on the back. Just get better. That's all I ask. If that's all you ask for, I can't decline. But everything seems okay. I just feel a bit numb. What a relief. Well, we're lucky that none of us got any major injuries. During that fall, now it's better. Now it's been even better if we could get out of here. I don't know about you, but I don't particularly like dark rooms, and this place isn't welcome either. Since it's pitch black, we have to be cautious and not do anything reckless. Let's see. After feeling around the darkness carefully, I came to a conclusion. Madame, I think I figured out the situation. We're actually between two floors. That's why it's so dark. The bad news is, I don't know how long this platform will hold us. I think it's safe to assume it's not the most stable piece of ground. Just as I finished talking, a grinding noise confirmed my theory. I felt the platform shaking a bit. It might fall down at any minute. It sounds like trouble. What do we do now? Any ideas? I thought deeply while looking around. There was nothing to the right or left, only a fragile pile of intertwined junk and pieces of what previously used to be the ground. It appears that there were the only things keeping the platform from falling. Was it possible to climb onto a broken pillar because of the smooth marble, and there was no sign of light above it anyway? It would be too dangerous to jump blindly. I decided to look down as well, just to be sure, and kneel. Now that... Can you all see that? Let me fix the camera. Okay, now you can see it. Okay. Now that I was used to the darkness, I could see light right under the platform, the lower ground floor, and all likelihood. Yeah. I pointed it out to the old lady. I think the lower ground floor is just here. We could jump and try to find the exit from here. We're not that high up. I don't think we could get hurt. What if the platform falls on us? We just have to be quick. If you think it's safer than stay here, I'll do as you say. Feeling that the unsteady platform was slowly inclining and creaking more and more, I sat down and went first. Hopping on the landing shouldn't be too violent. Surprisingly, a bunch of rubble softened my landing, and I landed perfectly. There was a corridor and some people looking at me with surprise. A mother and her child, as encouraging as seeing other faces was, I had to focus on my companion first. Madame, you go ahead. It's safe, and there are other people down here. Roger! Here I come! Catch me! The old woman jumped as well. Mission accomplished! Maybe we can leave now. A woman in her 30s approached us with her child, who was hiding behind her, and told us with a calm voice, I'm afraid I'll have to let you down because there is no way out of here. We're trapped as well. Are you sure? As I was about to ask the stranger for more information, I heard a voice calling for help nearby. Everybody looked at the same direction. There was a door leading to the bathroom at the end of the hallway. Without a second thought, I rushed in, followed by the woman I just met. Oh, hello. I'll talk to you for a second. The woman's child, who's unbelievably quiet. I wish all children could be like that. Talking to Buzz might even be pleasant. He seems to avoid my gaze. I wonder if I scare him. I'll take a look around for a bit. Those lights don't work anymore. Actually, it's a wire, not all of them are broken. The ground has been slightly damaged. At least we can't be lower than we are right now. Let's go in the bathroom. A mirror? The mirror is dirty, but still intact. I really don't want to look at myself right now. Right here? Just like the hallway, there is debris here too. This part of the wall has fallen apart. Is it in here? Some of the toilets have been destroyed. We still have 2 or 3 left. That's good. That's good news since we'll need to use the bathroom at some point. Oh, there's a hand here! When we entered the bathroom, we immediately noticed a young man lying on the floor. He looked like a teenager and seemed embarrassed. I understood why. There was a wheelchair next to him, stuck under a rock. He must have been crawling in order to retrieve it. How troublesome. Don't worry. We'll put it back in place. Thanks. It's not working as well as before, but it's better than nothing. Not having anything else to do in the damaged bathroom, we decided to go back to the hallway. Nice to meet you all. The more the merrier, I say. We should be happy about the fact that we're still alive right now. Maybe it's a good time for introductions. Well, at the exact moment where a strange sound like a sound of scratching and tuffing, we all turned back to see what it was, and suddenly, a human hand emerged from a pile of debris. We all cringed simultaneously. My heart beat harder. Could it be? The hand cleared out the stones. As it was made its way out, a man got out of the ruins and dusted himself off. We were made speechless by his appearance. Phew, close call. Hello there. May I know where this is? And may we know what you were doing out there? I was unconscious under the pile of junk. I just woke up after hearing your voices, but I couldn't tell where I was. I saw light and here I am. I guess now is a good time for introductions, unless there's another one hidden elsewhere, but I doubt it. I'm Aline. Retired, 73 years old, and I still kicking. I was about to go shopping when this thing occurred. Everyone was screaming and jostling around. Then I saw this young lady on the floor getting walked over by those beasts, and they gave her a hand. As we were slowly escaping, the ground shifted right under our feet, and here we are. Agath, retired Army officer, 28. I was passing through the shop center for a little walk, and you already know the rest. Gabriel, 19, student. I was idling around and went to the only wheelchair accessible bathrooms. I heard a commotion outside, but I had to take my time to get back out. Then a part of the wall collapsed near me, and I was getting out, and the impact ejected me out of the wheelchair. I passed out, and you helped me back on track just after I woke up. I'm Alicia, 32, and I have too many jobs right now to count. Let's say cashier and cleaner for now. My son, Hassan, right here, slipped away from me while I was trying to get out of the shopping center, and I had to look for him right in the middle of the commotion. I found him here. I guess it was the quietest place at the moment. Hence why he chose it to take shelter. He hates crowds and noises. Anyway, as soon as I reach him, the walls right here collapsed, and the way out was closed off. It took some time to calm down, and that's when you came in. As for me, I'm Dave, 47 years old. I'm the director of a department team of the local public service corporation. We work from Common Goods. Our office is located on this floor, and I was actually sleeping in mine when the alarms rang out. It's a bit embarrassing, but I assure you, it's not because I was partying the night before or anything like that. I'm just really busy with new files, coming out of nowhere. I haven't slept much lately. I couldn't help but falling asleep at my desk. I got trapped in the office since nobody came to see me. They must have thought I already got out. To be honest, I didn't fully understand what was going on. When the walls collapsed on me, I was knocked out, but unfortunately, it also allowed me to join up with you. I'll take it that none of our cell phones work. The teenager, the woman, and the Solari man all signed in Unshin. No signal. We're underground after all. And if the building had really fallen down on itself, it's no surprise. Does anyone know what actually happened? Was it an earthquake? A strange earthquake then? I didn't feel the ground moving under my wheels at all. I say it was a terrorist attack. A terrorist attack? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. A small group recently threatened the exact shopping center, saying they wanted to lash out a symbol of capitalism in our country. Considering that this center is a big economy landmark for the city, it wouldn't be surprising. You seem knowledgeable. About these things. Well, I was in the army after all. I had to handle many difficult situations during my mission, and I was frequently in contact with other units. So what is your opinion on our situation right now? Do you think we have a chance of escaping? Well, I'm examining this place a bit early, so here are my thoughts. Firstly, it's a miracle that all of us have reached a place as large as this one. Usually people trapped underground by something like an earthquake are stuck in a much narrow tunnel. So they can't even move or stand up. Plus, they usually get little light and no means of taking care of themselves. Here, we have fully functional toilets, and some of the lights are still working. Not sure they'll last long, though. My big question is resorts. The taps aren't working. Does anyone have something to eat or drink? I do. I have a full bottle of water in my purse, and I haven't opened it yet. I can definitely share it. That's a new miracle. I only have one request. Go ahead. I also have a small bottle of juice. I'll share the water, but I'll keep the other one for my son, if you don't mind. He doesn't like water. How can someone not like water? It's tasteless. Shh. Everyone has their quirks. Let him do as he wants. No problem. I understand. That's the kid needs more attention than us. Thank you. He really needs it, and I don't want him to be bad-tempered. It's not a good timing for that. So, it's not much, but we have one of these essentials. We can live more than 2 or 3 days without water, whereas, on average, humans can survive around a month without eating, if he doesn't tax his reserves. So we have less than 2 or 3 days left after finishing the bottle before dying of dehydration. Yay. I have another concern. If the taps aren't working, there must be a hole in the water mains intel, which means a leak. In the situation of a terrorist bomb, it can be due in the damage of an electrical circuit that leads to another explosion. What annoys me is that we don't know exactly where the leak is, so we could get flooded at any moment. And if an electrical cable has been damaged, we could be electrocuted as well. By staying, we might be signing our own death's warrant. But we have no way of knowing that, so I have no clue about our survival chances. Well, thanks for the information! That really brightens my day! I can't wait to meet death right in the face! The future looks quite grim for us. You're telling me. But I don't want to die here. Dave looks pale all of a sudden. He looks terrified and was shaking like a leaf. He rushed to the sealed exit and pounded on the debris. I knew he was going to scream. It's useless, you know. You only exhaust yourself. The rescue team won't hear you from above since we're underground. I'm sure they'll come with sensors away, so they'll know where we are. For now, let's save our energy, okay? We'll scream only when we hear their voices calling out to us. Do you think we can escape on our own? Well, I don't know if it's humanly possible to clear out of the collapsed zone, and I say definitely saying we can't climb out either. So no, let's say we can't do much. Let's wait for the rescue team. Who knows? They might already be on their way. I just think it's be safer to set up as far as possible from the ruins. We don't want them falling on our heads. Anyway, let's cooperate. If we want to get out of here alive, our best chance is to help one another and stick together. I may not be in the army anymore, but I promise that I'll put your protection at my top priority. As I finished talking, I saw all of them pull a face. I knew they were a bit demotivated, but the truth is always better than a pretty lie, even so I had to reassure them a little. I'm sure the rescue team will be here soon. We only have to wait. The most important thing right now is to maintain harmony inside our group. We can't let fear or sadness get the better of us. Let's try to pass the time as pleasantly as we can. Everyone nodded silently. I thought that they were agreeing, but didn't necessarily know how to strike up a conversation. I had to set an example. How should I start a conversation? Okay. I'm gonna have to end the episode here. Wow. Man, that took so long. Sheesh. I'm gonna end the episode. Hold on just a second. I'm gonna save. Yeah, save. Empty slot. Yeah. Return. These are one of the choices that you can make to start a conversation. So I'm gonna do the first one, and that's to thank Alicia for sharing her supplies, because apparently, I don't. I think I am going to pick this one. Well, if you want me to do the multiple endings for this, just leave in the comments below, and I'll be glad to do different endings for all these different characters. But for now, I'm going to pick the choices that I think would be best to pick. So if you want me to pick the other four, just leave the comments below, and I'll be glad to do multiple endings. But all you got to do is just leave a comment below, and I'll do it. So for now, let's go with thanking Alicia for sharing her supplies. Thanks again for sharing your water, Alicia. You save us. Don't mention it. I'm sure anyone would have done the same in this situation. Aha, you'd be surprised. Anyway, let's talk about something less gloomy, shall we? Like, I don't know, what are your hobbies? I don't really have hobbies. How is that possible? What do you do in the past time then? I don't have free time anymore, so I don't relax either. I usually collapse on the sofa when I come home and watch TV for an hour before falling asleep. That's all. Rough lifestyle, huh? But you can count watching TV as a hobby, right? I don't know. My mind is so blank after work, and watching a screen helps me rest a bit. I try to watch documentaries as often as I could. I don't like reality TV that much. I admit I'm ashamed of myself. I used to love reading, and now I don't have the mental strength to touch a book anymore. I'm sorry. I can't really chat about pleasant stuff to lift everyone's spirits. Don't blame yourself. It's not your fault. And you're certainly not the only one who can't afford the luxury of time. So I'm not a good example given how old I am. But you're young in your head, right? Absolutely. You and I are going to get along well. If I can do anything to lift your spirits, just let me know, Alicia. Thanks, you're too kind. But if you're so busy with work, who takes care of your son? Do you maintain your role as a mother, don't you? Oh, Dave! exactly what I was gonna say. Oh man! How? Why? Why on earth would Dave bring it up at a time like this? Here's a helpful tip. Don't ask anything about who takes care of the kids, who takes care of the house. Don't ask any question that has to do with very important stuff. Because this is literally the result you're going to get. Maybe. Oh man. Everyone looked at each other. Chatted, and it was clear crystal that Dave wasn't the kind of person who tends to be rather tactless. There was a long pause in the conversation. Nobody wanted to talk. Would you blame them? And even Dave felt that there was something awkward in the air and avoided going on. The thick silence went over while nobody knows how to start the conversation again. After what I felt like an eternity, a stomach growled. It was Hassan's. Come to think of it, I'm starting to get a bit hungry too. Now would be a good time to have a meal. A meal of air, delicious but not very nourishing. I have six biscuits on me. Let's share them. Let's share them along with the water. I advise you to cut them in half so that way we have another meal later. We don't want to eat, so let's improvise rationally. As we went on humble meal, each of us got half a biscuit and a portion of water, not enough to soothe my appetite, sadly. Well, since the rescue team still isn't here, I guess we'll be sleeping in a charming place. Too bad we don't have some kind of blanket. Sleeping directly on the floor is not suited for my age. If all I had known, I would have taken my coat. Would someone be kind enough to help me with this when the moment comes? I don't want to sleep in my wheelchair. It's not comfortable enough to say that. No problem. Sleeping on the floor here? It's disgraceful. I don't want to. But you don't have much of a choice. None of us like the idea either, you know. Dave, you're such a crybaby. If you want, I could sing you a lullaby. No thanks. It wasn't time to sleep yet, so we had some free time to spend. We were joking around on the fact that the rescue team would probably wake us up in the middle of the night. Deep down, I was sure everyone wished that they would be the case. Soon enough, conversations dying down. I couldn't stay on my own, doing nothing. I had to speak to someone to help me forget. That's the time with, I'll probably do that on the next video. Thank you all so much for watching this episode of, hold on. Yeah, let's quit. Okay. Thank you all so much for watching Wounded by Words. So don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, share, comment, and all that good stuff. And as usual, I will see you in the next upcoming video. Goodbye, everybody.